Hi everyone, Natasha here and around my home today. It is Sunday and as you can see, I'm dressed for a work day. It didn't start out as that. We just sort of got up and got started on one little thing and it's kind of led to just me continuing on outside. My husband's already mowed some grass and set up something to do with the pool. He's got that kind of started because we're going to be opening that probably in the next month. Usually by Memorial Weekend we open that up. So anyway, I thought I would just jump on here real quick and share with you some updates on how the front garden is looking and some of the projects that have been completed and some that are still needing to be done. So let me flip this around and I'll share that with you now. Okay, so here on the front porch area, I have yet to do my transfer of the azalea bush to replace this. I think these are spirea, wedding veil spirea. So I'm not sure yet. I have kind of been asking and several people said, it might be too late in the season to do any transplanting with the azalea, so I might have missed my window on that, but we'll see. One thing, what I thought I might try is, so this azalea back here is not doing so well because I think it doesn't get enough sun and then there's been some vines growing on it. So I might start with that one and move that to this spot because this spirea is definitely, whoops, I'll let it focus. That spirea is definitely looking rough. So I could take that one out and either way it would look better than what we had. Adelina's working on filling the bird feeder. We haven't.
My name is Luna.
Today it's Luna. Okay.
So if you ever see me, call me Luna.
Call her Luna. All right. And I haven't done a whole lot of work back in here, so that's kind of the next thing. We've got, at least our peonies are starting to come up, and they have lots of good buds on them. I did fertilize them last fall and this spring, so hopefully that'll give us a few more buds. But I think they're in too much shade because it does stay pretty shady like this most of the day until the sun starts to set, and then when the western sun comes in they get a little more. But so this area still needs some work. We had some daffodils. I think these are the surprise lilies. There's a few hostas trying to grow. I think this stuff here is a muir honeysuckle, which I'm not sure if that was planted or if it's just spreading, because there's also one right here by our nice old tree. So I've looked up a little bit about them. They seem pretty hardy and they do attract butterflies, so maybe I'll leave that one. Our first irises are blooming, so those are doing nicely, but I have a tree growing up there. So again, this whole area needs some work. We had daffodils and then the surprise lilies is that whole batch right there. So I did do a little work on the grapevine and it's kind of looking better, and I think I'm just going to leave it for now. Okay, so then coming off of the grapevine arbor, I just have to share our beautiful old maple tree. She's got lots of character. I always think she looks like a cartoon tree from the Headless Horseman and Sleepy Hollow and all that. But anyway, so I just looked it up and discovered these little white flowers are called Star of Bethlehem, and they're a noxious invasive weed that the bulbs can be poisonous. So we're going to be digging those up and disposing of those. But on the plus side, my peonies are doing really well. I fertilized them last fall and this spring, and they're already bigger than they were last year, and there are lots of blooms all over that plant, so I'm excited for that to start blooming. And my hydrangea here, so I'm still trying to decide if I should go ahead and trim down all these stalks from last year, because as you can see, all the new growth is at the base. But I can't remember last year if we did that one year, and when we did it that year, it seemed like the plant just had a hard time recovering, so that's why I'm not sure if I should do it. Actually, okay, right there, I don't know if you can see that, but that is some new growth on an old stalk. So I think it still gets new growth on the old stalks, but I guess time will tell, and I'll keep you updated on that. And then, like I mentioned, our hydrangeas here, I pruned all those main plants down, and then there's just this sort of undergrowth of shoots coming up, and it also, all those little shoots get blooms, so I'm just gonna leave those because I think they are fine. It just kind of makes this big spread of hydrangea here. Okay, so coming off the front porch, we'll look down at this little garden bed. So like I said, I think today I might try to dig up this spirea and transfer that other azalea. I did get the boxwoods pruned on both sides. I did a really severe pruning, so we'll see if I killed them or not. So far, they're growing. You know, the sides are growing. I'm hoping they fill in. It looks like there is some new growth at the top, so I don't know. I just decided I wanted to be able to see the railing, and like when you're sitting on the porch, I wanted to be able to see over them more. So that's why I cut them down so far. And I did the same on this side over here. So actually you can't hardly see them because of the azalea, but that's kind of the point. So then this is the limelight hydrangea. So as you can see, it's getting some leaves on it and filling in okay. I kind of wish I would have pruned that one down more. I was trying to figure out where to prune it at the time. I don't know why I left it so tall, but I don't know. Maybe in the fall I'll take that little high spot out, but for now I think it'll be okay. And it still has lots of shoots coming up here, so I don't know. Those just seem to be happening. I'll have to ask at the nursery about why I have all these shoots coming out and if that's fine or if I'm supposed to be getting rid of those. I don't know, but those all get blooms on them too. Like last year, I remember there was just this little full patch of blooms from the hydrangea there. So, and we do have a hosta here that's, I think, actually going to do a little bit better. I think it was sort of not getting, I don't know, it just has never gotten very big, but already this year it looks bigger than it was. Maybe it needed the fertilizer. So that little trickle of water is because the hose is lying there. What this all started from is I was going to clean out the pond pump filter, which that's all the stuff, the guts right there that I still need to wash out. But then my husband started mowing grass and I started pulling weeds. So this little section here I think is okay. We've got some ferns, some hostas, some more irises have started blooming, which is nice. I think that batch there is a purple iris, and then we have this pretty yellow here. And this is kind of a decorative grass, so that's feeling good because it just actually looks like we've done a little something and kind of kept it up so far. And hold on. This
I showed you my ball home. It's right over there where the soybeans are. If you can see that? And I added something new, so if you would like to come over there and just see that, you can. More food. So when they empty that, they can just bring, I can either bring it today or they can bring it today.
Okay, great.
Or if they want to, they can just eat some of it.
Oh, and the birds were already going to our bird feeder, so I think they are happy we got it filled back up.
I didn't know.
I just saw one fly away from it. I bet if you sit on the porch real still, you can watch them come get some food, you think?
Well, that's okay.
Okay.
I don't have to because
So-
I'm still working on the boathouse.
So what are you doing?
Working on the boathouse.
I know, where are you putting all the bird food?
I'm just hiding some.
Oh, okay. That's probably enough, I bet. I bet what you have there is plenty, because if it gets buried in there too much, they just may not find it.
Okay.
I mean, they're pretty good about scratching and finding stuff, but since we have the bird feeder too, I think there's a good amount of food for them out. Okay, then as an update right here, I have, so that's the hosta that was there, and it does fine. There's a smaller one there that so far isn't looking very hot, so we'll see if that fills out. I'm not sure if it got stepped on early on or if it's just, I don't know why it's smaller, but anyway. So these are the two. I didn't get them moved. So we'll see. Like I mentioned before, this one seems to do okay because it does get enough shade, but this one ends up with a lot of afternoon sun and sometimes kind of gets burned on the edges. And I heard a rumble of thunder. We may get some rain later today. I had planted these creeping phlox maybe 2 years ago now, and they seem to be kind of filling in there, so that's good. It's kind of nice because when you're on the other side of the fence, you can see a few flowers poking out. I do need to pull some vines there yet. We get a lot of wild honeysuckle that has to be pulled. So, all right, then.
Pond.
Yes, back over here we have our pond. Don't pick those because they're about to bloom, so just let them get their blooms on them and then we could bring some in the house, okay? And I need to wash out all of the filter supplies there that go back in it. And it's looking okay. Having the filter running is helping kind of clean that up. This side, I still need to figure out what we're gonna do here. So as you can see, this is probably the biggest update, is we removed that evergreen tree that was growing there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it was directly beneath those wires, which I think are the cable wires, and like for the phone and the internet. And so that was an issue. And then once my husband got it out, you can see it was really close to the deck and it was really starting to grow over, like this whole corner where it's dark. It's because it had tree over it. I mean, we need to restain the deck also, but so I was kind of hoping we could like dig it out and move it, but once he started removing it, I realized it was so close. I'm sure those roots are just all around that pier for the deck, so I think there was really no good way to get it out. And what I did then this morning is work on pulling some more of the weeds that have been growing up around here. So I have now identified several of them. I know they're for sure a weed. I've been using the Picture This app and that's definitely helped. I did have some daffodils bloom there earlier, which is nice. And these hostas look amazing right now and they're nice and full and doing great, but as we get into the heat of the summer, they start to get burned up because we just don't have enough shade here like we used to when there was a tree that we took down. So those still need to get moved, and yeah, that's the pile of stuff that's going to go to the burn pile because it's all weeds. I don't want it to propagate again. And that's the update so far.
If you noticed, I added some new things. Flowers, a leaf, and some rocks.
Very nice. Okay, so as you can see, I've pretty much finished what I think I'm going to work on today. So I pulled all the Star of Bethlehem weeds out that I found, and I got the pump going on the pond again, so you can hear and see that, which is always nice. And I got this all cleaned up and put the weeds I pulled out on the burn pile in the back, and this is all looking much better. Of course, there's still lots to do and lots more to clean up and take care of, but I feel good with what I got done today. So I'll take you on over so you can see our little fish pond. It's nothing amazing. I've got a hardy water lily that's gotten huge, so I have a couple of chunks there. One of them I think I'm going to give to a friend shortly, so I need to bring that over. All of that. There. That looks a little nicer, but anyway, it's a lovely spot when you're sitting here on the porch. You can listen to the water. So okay, I think I'm going to leave it there. So thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully I inspired you to get out and do a little work out in your front garden or whatever outdoor chores you needed to get done. But I think the rain might be coming in, so we're going to eat some lunch and then keep working on the rest of the things we have to do today. So thanks again for joining me. I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button down below, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.